Hello and welcome to our Atlanta Falcons franchise in Madden 2004. I know it's been a while, guys. I wanted to have this series out in around January, but a lot of stuff came up in my personal life, and it just wasn't possible at the time. And I have a break from the FCS Dynasty, so here we are, and we're going to get right into this. Head coach is Kyle Irby. A little backstory for him. Me and my oldest brother Brandon always play dynasties in NCAA football together, and we had a Marshall Thundering Herd dynasty at one point on one of the PS3 college football games, and Kyle Irby was our walk-on fullback that we had, and he played 5 seasons for us. We redshirted him 1 year, and in his final season, his 5th year, we finally gave him a carry right up the middle. He got the ball on a fullback dive, and he got absolutely plastered. Fumbled the football. I believe it was returned for a touchdown, and that is the only carry that Kyle Irby ever had in that entire dynasty. But he's going to be our head coach for the Atlanta Falcons franchise, and we're going to take a look here at some players that we're releasing. We did sign Deion Sanders, so Prime Time is back with the Dirty Birds. Pretty excited about that. 36 years of age, 78 overall. And he's still pretty fast, so he will most likely be the nickel cornerback for our defense, which is pretty thin. And we went ahead and signed a few other players. Nothing too crazy, because, we have to have some cap space. Now, the cap actually is on for this, this series. I know for the Houston Texans franchise, the cap room was off, but that is just a glitch in that game. So I was able to actually keep it on in this one. So it'll be a little more realistic. I know there were some complaints about signing all the top players and everything in that series. So we're going to make this one a little bit more difficult, a little more realistic, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Now, 99% of the players that did not have names in this game, I went ahead and renamed them to their actual player name. There was a couple that I could not find any information on, but their overalls are so low, we'll never see them. But that's pretty much it for the rosters. We did sign quite a few free agents. We shored up the cornerback spot with Deion Sanders. We signed Rod Smart, He Hate Me, from the XFL. He's going to be our number 3 halfback. We got some offensive linemen. We're looking at some receivers here, looking to get some more speed out there. And we're going to go ahead and sign Vinny Sutherland, I think. I'm pretty sure we signed him. But the receiving core just isn't that fast. We got Peerless Price and Brian Finneran. But there's Rod Smart getting signed. I'm expecting a pretty decent season from Michael Vick here in year 1. Nothing crazy. He's not the most accurate quarterback in the world. And if you guys have watched any of my games with left-handed quarterbacks, you know that I am not very good with left-handed quarterbacks. So this this should definitely be interesting. So don't expect me to run out of the pocket with him every play. I'm going to try to make it as realistic as possible for you guys, because this is the team that you voted on in the poll for this series over the Dallas Cowboys, who we're actually going to be taking on in week 1. So that'll be our first matchup. So 2 series in a row. Our first game of the entire series will be against the Dallas Cowboys. Hopefully this one will have the same result in a victory over the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be nice to start off 1-0. Well, I'm not expecting a crazy season from this team. They don't have a lot of depth in a lot of key areas. And we're definitely going to need to get some safeties in the draft, or possibly in free agency if there are any available. But the offensive line is okay. I'd give it maybe a C+ or a B. You got 1 or 2 good offensive linemen. The defensive ends are really good. Defensive tackles are nice. They're in the 30s for age. We got 1 good linebacker, Keith Brooking, of course. Keith Newman, not very good. 80 overall, it's not terrible, not great. But we might look to get some outside linebacker help as well in the next draft that's upcoming. Now, we will be importing draft classes from our North Carolina Tar Heels dynasty that I have yet to start as well, with actual rosters with all the real names. That took forever for me to do. But again, I want it to be as realistic as possible. Here's a look at our kickers, Jay Feely and Chris Moore. And we're going to be running the 3-4 defense still, I believe. It's been so long since I recorded this. Yes, we are going to run the 3-4 defense. And this should be a fun season. I'm going to predict a 9-7 or 8-8 year. I don't think we have all the weapons necessary for this team to be really respectable and actually make a deep run in the playoffs. I'm not sure if we can do that. New Orleans is very good. They have a great offense in this game. The defense isn't too bad either. The Carolina Panthers are pretty decent. They just need some quarterback help. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, of course, are fantastic as well with a nasty defense. A couple Hall of Famers. Derek Brooks, Rondé Barber, Mike Allstott's on the team still. And Warren Sapp. You can't forget about Warren Sapp. Absolute monster. But here's some training. I'm not going to show you all of the training drills for the minicamp. To show you Mike Vick gets the gold here in the pocket presence. We went ahead and added some points to him. And here's the defense. Stewart with a nice tackle here. And he is going to be the most looked at linebacker for me. Keith Brooking is very good, so I'm not too worried about him. I'm looking for Stewart to step up and make a huge impact because we need some extra help. It can't just be Keith Brooking and the defensive line. Okay, we need another linebacker to step up, make an impact. I don't think the secondary is going to do that well. So I'm looking for the young linebacker to get in there and make a difference. As we see Warwick Dunn score a touchdown on him there and get by him again. And another miss from Stewart. And another miss. Dunn picking up yards every single time. There's a nice tackle for a loss. Well, I'm not expecting a crazy season from the running backs either. I think Warwick Dunn might get 1,000 yards this season. Maybe, but he will be splitting carries. We're going to see TJ Duckett in there. We're going to see him on short yardage situations. He is just a big bruising halfback. Rod Smart, he is going to get some carries as well. He might be the third down back just to give Warwick Dunn a rest and give TJ Duckett a rest as well. So the receivers, obviously, we have Brian Finneran. He's a really, really tall target. We got Peerless Price. He's very fast, but we do need a slot receiver as well. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to step up in that spot. We've got LG Crumpler at tight end, but other than him, there are no other tight ends on this roster that are really worth anything. So hopefully everybody could stay healthy because we're already thin as it is. Here's a nice stiff arm by Rod Smart as he gets the gold. On level 1, breaks the tackle, and he's gone again. I went ahead and sped this up because this would have been like a 25-minute video, and I didn't want that to happen. I did go ahead and switch Rod Smart's number. I believe he's wearing number 30 now. Here's a look at the player progression. 96 overall, Mike Vick. Absolute monster. We got Justin Griffith from Mississippi State. Hail State. Represent. And the tight ends, of course, 55 speed for the number 2 tight end. That is not good. So I went ahead and signed Whalen. He's the third string tight end. But if you guys actually watch the Houston Texans franchise, you know that I like to target the big tight ends. Billy Miller was a 2-time Pro Bowler for us in our Houston Texans franchise. One of my favorite targets. The guy was a monster. And I really miss Billy Miller. So hopefully LG Crumpler can have the same kind of impact on this offense as Billy Miller did for that offense. And of course, Deion Sanders, I know it says his number's 38. I do go ahead and switch it. Brian Scott is not number 21 anymore, so do not worry about that. We did see Allen Rossum was injured for a week, so he will be gone for week 1 against the Dallas Cowboys. And that is going to be it for our minicamp introductory episode of our Atlanta Falcons franchise. I do not have a set schedule for this yet, guys, so just bear with me. I will be producing it, so we will be having Season 1 come out soon, but possibly next week. Week 1 will be out. But no promises, guys. I do have a lot on my plate right now. I'm working on our reveal video for our professional football league that our FCS Dynasty players will be getting drafted into. So I got a lot going on. But that's it for this video, guys. I will see you possibly next week with the Dallas Cowboys. Take it easy.